Do you guys see this mess? Oh, you don't see it? Yeah, I don't see it either. I'm too exhausted to clean it up. All right, I'm gonna go clean up that mess. I can't take myself seriously with it. Bye. Well, I'll be right back, actually. Yeah, okay. I think that's good now. I'm just gonna go ahead and leave it right there, so it's out of your guys' way and my way. Okay, so now that we got all that out of the way and I feel a little bit more centered and calm with myself and I can actually start this intro, I have a very important question to ask you guys before we begin. Do you guys like my hair? I curled my hair today. No one is responding to me, so why am I asking that question? But I like it, so that's all that matters. Now we can move on to the actual topic of this video. I think my brain is working. Yes? Is it working? It's working. So I have been told by a little birdie that many of you guys like my Instagram reels, the ones I create for my bullet journal weeklies. So I thought it would be such a cool process to show you guys my process, and I said process twice in that sentence. When I first started creating reels for Instagram and TikTok, well, I don't really post on TikTok anymore because TikTok is super addicting and it makes me feel super insecure, so let's just not even go there. So for Instagram, I still make my reels for Instagram and I absolutely love the process of it. At first it was really frustrating for me though. I couldn't figure out how people got the transitions right, or the way they like had some of their clips be super short and then super fast, and like they just made it flow like all together within like 15 or 30 seconds. Like what the hell, 30 seconds? Why do we only get 30 seconds? That doesn't make any sense to me. How do you make art within 30 seconds? Whatever, it's a challenge, so hey, we're gonna figure it out, okay? So this video is not gonna go into too much detail. I'm just gonna be creating a bullet journal weekly for February, and then also be creating the reel while I am doing that. Once you get the hang of it, it's actually really, really simple. Why don't we go ahead and get started? Okay, so we're gonna pull out our phone, of course, open up the Instagram app, switch over to Reels, and then change it to 30 seconds. So occasionally I won't add any filters on my Reels. However, most of the time I do tend to go for a more filtered look, but something that is still a little bit natural. So I go for the cute baby face filter. This filter doesn't alter the colors too much. It just brightens it up and adds a little bit of sparkle, which I like. So we're gonna go with that one. So on the Instagram Reels camera, I took a little snapshot of me opening up my journal, and you can see it right here. So we're gonna watch it over a few times, and then we're gonna click the little scissors icon and trim down the beginning and then the ends to just take out any excess footage. I want these clips to be really short because I want to be able to add as much as I can within 30 seconds. And then we're gonna watch it over a few more times, and then I think I like it here, so we're gonna click done. Now that we're back on the camera, we're gonna have to click effects and pick our filter one more time. It's annoying, but we have to do it every single time we create a new clip. So now I want to film a shot of the introduction of the pen I'm going to use. I'm going with the Sakura Pigma Fineliner 03. I'm going to try different shots here. I think I like the one best where I rotate the pen a little bit. And then we're going to click that left arrow just to get a preview of our clip. We're going to watch it a few times, and then I always like to shorten the beginning and the end of the clip just to get a little bit more room and to film more clips. I like it here, so I'm going to click done and then get ready for my next shot. I'm going to go ahead and start outlining my weekly before I take any more shots, just because when I film the next shot, I want there to already be some marks on my journal. I think this just adds a little bit more dimension to my clips. Of course, for your reel, you want to play around with it and see what works well for you. Maybe for your reel, you want to start the clip off with the first mark you're gonna make. So I'm just about ready to make my next shot here. So I'm gonna get on my phone and click the filter option again. So you can do this with a tripod, but I tend to be a little bit lazy, so I just use my left hand. I hold my phone in my left hand as steady as possible by resting my elbow against the edge of the table and to film whatever I am drawing in that moment. And then I go press that left arrow again to preview my clip. And then if I like it, I go ahead and shorten the beginning and the end of the the clip, which in this case I do. And after shortening it, I will just watch over the clip a couple more times just to get it right. I like it here, so I'm gonna go ahead and press done. Then I'm gonna go back over to my camera, press the right arrow, and then watch all 3 clips together to make sure they look cohesive. I think it looks really good here, so I'm gonna keep it. One thing I will say about Instagram Reels is it tends to shut down a lot on me. I don't know if this happens to you guys, so I recommend saving the entire video every time you film a brand new clip. You can do this on the screen where you're watching all the clips all at once. Okay, so now we're moving into the monthly numerical calendar here, and I always like to take a clip of this because I think it is such an important part of each weekly for me. I wrote in some of the letters before I started filming, and then I went ahead and filmed the letter S for Sunday, and then we're gonna go ahead and watch it back here and then shorten the beginning and the ends of the clip. And basically just repeat the entire process we've been doing for each clip, along with going to the screen where we can watch all of the clips all at once just to make sure everything looks good and it fits well together. Next, I'm gonna go ahead and fill out more of my weekly before I plan the next shot. I'm going for a very minimal look here, so I think my next shot is going to be one of the borders for the headers of the days of the week. I filled out most of the border here, and then the last stroke I'm going to make, that is what I'm going to be filming. I always try to film the end of the stroke, whatever that may be, because I think it gives each of the clips a more finished look individually, if that makes sense. So this clip is obviously very long, so I am going to shorten it down a bit and make sure that I keep the part where the end of the stroke is connecting with the beginning of the previous stroke. And I think it looks really good here, so I'm going to go ahead and get started on the next clip. So the next thing we're going to film is the lettering for one of the days of the week. So here we're going to go with Thursday. So I end up filming a lot more than what I end up keeping, and that's because I want a little bit more leeway just in case I make any mistakes with whatever I am lettering or drawing in the moment that I don't want on camera. So basically, as you can see here, I am only keeping the footage of the lettering of T and not even the H. So now let's go and watch all the clips together again to see if we like how it looks so far. I'm liking it, so I'm going to press the save button and move on to the next clip. I want to make a note here and just mention that I am using the Sakura 03 fine liner for most of the outlining in this bullet journal weekly, even with the dash borders I am creating here. I really think the dash borders gives the bujo spread a more whimsical and playful vibe here, so I'm going to go ahead and outline every single border for all the days of the week. Sorry, I'm having a little bit of a struggle here figuring out how to talk. Anyways, let's move on. I want to take a clip of the dash borders because I think it is important to highlight the unique aspects of your bujo spread in your reel. It gives the viewer a more satisfying feeling while also giving other bullet journalers some ideas for their bullet journal spreads because, hey, we're a part of a community that inspires off of each other, which is a very beautiful thing in my opinion. So now I'm just going to go ahead and finish outlining all the rest of the borders, and then we can get ready for our next clip. So the last clip was of the dash border going in a vertical direction. Now to give the clips a little bit more dimension, I'm going to take a footage of the dash border in a horizontal direction. So now we can go and watch all the clips together to see if we like it, and then we can go ahead and save it to our camera roll so that we have an extra shot just in case the app shuts down, so that this whole fiasco doesn't contribute to my depressive episode that I may have tonight. And as you can see here, the spinning wheel of death means that the app is shutting down, and that means I cannot save the video anymore. So now what I do in this case is just save the reel as a draft on the Instagram app itself and just hope to God that Instagram doesn't delete it for some reason or another. So then you could just go to the draft section of the Reels tab on Instagram and just continue editing the rest of the reel and just pray to God that it just doesn't shut down again. Just keep in mind that if it does give you that spinning wheel of death once, then you probably won't be able to save it to your camera roll again. Okay, so now I want to introduce the next writing utensil I'm going to be using. So this time I'm using the Sakura Pigma Fine Liner 003 in a brown. And basically I'm going to take the same shot I did as last time. So just rotating the pen a little bit and taking a short clip of that. I'm going to watch all the clips together again. And then this time I'm going to try saving it to see if it works. And hey, look at that. It actually worked this time. Wow, I think I got lucky. So now let's get ready for the next clip. So I'm going to outline the lettering of February in the Sakura Pigma Fineliner 005. I went with a more blocky style of font here, and so I want to go ahead and take a clip of that, but only after I outline some of the letters already. I decided to take a clip of the lettering of the A as I finish up the last stroke. And then I went to finish off the rest of the lettering of February. And now we're going to start outlining all of the doodles of the Japanese food illustrations that I've drawn here. I am using the Sakura Pigma Fineliner 005 in sepia tone, the same fineliner that I used for the February header. So generally when I take clips of my doodles, I like to take footage of the detailing on the doodles instead of the outlining, if that makes sense. So here I'm taking footage of the indents that are located at the top of the bottle. I do this because it adds contrast to the rest of the clips I've taken so far. This clip has a lot of rapid movements that are moving back and forth compared to the other clips, which are kind of just going in one direction. And now we're going to draw in the rest of the doodles and get ready for our next clip, which is kind of going to be the same thing as the last clip. Except this time it's going to be of our kawaii onigiri doodle. I think I'm getting better at pronouncing these Japanese words, don't you think? I don't know about you, but I love pronouncing words in other languages in their exact accents. It can feel difficult at first, but when you get it right, it just feels so good. Moving on, we're going to continue drawing out the rest of the doodles. Sometimes when I am filming my clips, I change up the speeds, and you can do that by pressing the second button down on your screen, and here I am filming in ×2. I do this when I have limited room, but I still want to add more of my drawing, so I just speed it up. So continuing with the rest of the doodles and creating some more of the same style of clips here. Now let's introduce the gray Staedtler fineliner. I'm creating the same type of rotating clip here as I did with the other pens, and I like how that looks, so let's go ahead and take a look at how our entire reel looks so far. I am speeding this up for the sake of the length of this YouTube video, so just keep that in mind. And I like how that looks, so let's get ready for our next clip. You guys know I've been obsessed with grid backgrounds lately, so I've added it here to the border of the February header, so I'm definitely going to take this opportunity to put it into my reel. And then edit the clip just as I've been doing so far and finish off the rest of the grid border. And then I took one more clip of finishing off the grid. And now let's introduce the dark gray Staedtler fineliner in the exact same way we've been introducing all of the other pens. Sorry if this is getting a little bit redundant here, but this is kind of the process of making an entire reel. I used the dark gray Staedtler fineliner to write in the numbers of the numerical monthly calendar. I really like the color of this fineliner because it doesn't feel as stark as a black color might. I would say it's great for neutral toned page spreads. I used the same Staedtler fineliner to letter in the notes header on the left hand side of this bujo spread, which I also took a clip of for the reel. Sometimes I do have to mess with the clip a little bit just to see which part of the clip looks the best. And then towards the end of the reel, if I feel like I'm running out of room and I still want to continue filming, I will go through each of the clips and see if I can minimize or extend part of the clips to see if I can get in more space at the end. So now let's bring in my Artist Loft brush pen. This is the Artist Loft 149 in wheat. I did a rotating style clip for this brush pen as well. I love this brush pen so much. I love the color that it produces. I love how firm the tip is. So we will be using this brush pen to color in some parts of the doodles, and I will be taking clips of that. I really liked the clip of me shading in the ends of the noodles here, and then I'm just going to use this brush pen to color in other parts of the doodles. And once I feel like I got enough of this color in for now, I'm going to introduce the next pen, which will be the dark pink Zebra mild liner, and I will be taking a clip of me shading in the peach that is on my little doodle of the bottle, and then shortening the clip and then watching the whole entire reel all over again just to see if I like it. And it looks good to me, so I'm going to go ahead and shade in other parts of the doodle using the same Zebra mild liner. So the rest of the video is pretty much the same process that we've been doing so far in terms of creating each of the clips for the reel itself. So I'm just going to go ahead and speed it up a little bit here just for the sake of not being redundant. I'm moving on to the gray zebra mild liner here. This is such a beautiful color. It is one of my favorites because to me it doesn't look very gray. It does have undertones of green in it, and I just love grayish green tones. The next color I will be using is the Tombow Fudenosuke 991. It's this pretty yellowish ochre color. I will be using this color to shade in all of the egg yolks and to give some of the doodles a nice bright accent to them. At this point, I am running out of space in my 30-second reel here, so I'm just going to go ahead and finish up coloring the rest of the doodles here. Most of the colors that I am using here are the colors that we've already introduced so far. I do want to highlight some of the headers here, so I want to take a clip of that. I'm going to be using my pink Crayola Super Tip from the Multicultural pack. After I finished up that clip, I colored in all of the rest of the headers in mostly neutral colors. Now it's time to start playing with some washis. I will be using 3 different washis here. One is a grid washi, another is floral, and another is a newspaper washi. So I want to film a clip of me applying my washi to my bullet journal spread. But because I am filming with my left hand, I only have one hand to apply the actual washi. So the best way to get this shot is first to apply the washi to the page spread, and then slowly lift up one side of the washi. Usually it's the right hand side. And then you want to get your phone ready to start filming. You want to press record and then just use your right hand to swipe down the washi. And then you'll have a clip and it'll look like you just applied the washi for the first time, and no one will ever know except right now because I just gave you my secret. Not that it was that big of a secret to begin with. So that was the last clip, and so now we want to take a clip of the entire weekly bullet journal spread. So now I am going to glide my camera from the left to right side. This may take a couple takes, so we just got to be patient here because you don't want it to be too fast, but you don't want it to be too slow either. And this is the final clip that I had decided to go with. I like it a lot, so I will press done. So now we just need to look at all of the clips together and see if we like it. I really liked how it looked, and I will play the reel for you guys here, but I cannot put the original song here for copyright reasons, so I will try to put a different song. And we are done. It wasn't that hard, was it? No. I really hope you guys learned something today, and if you guys make a reel of your own using some of the techniques that I learned along the way, go ahead and tag me at Leela Journals on Instagram. And before I let you guys go, I have a quick little announcement about my Patreon page that I had recently launched. So if you guys decide you want to join our wonderful community over at Patreon, we just launched a new benefit and I'm really excited about it. It is the mail swap server, and the way it works is you get to send and receive mail to the other members of the community. This is a chance for you to get to know some of the other creators there and to share your art and your stickers and to just write love letters to each other. It's a way to just get to know each other, and we would also love to get to know you, of course. Especially in the world that we're living in right now, it's so important to just stick together. You know, we have this amazing Discord community where we just talk every single day. We share gratitude lists and we share how our day is going, and we share our bullet journal spreads, and it's honestly such a beautiful experience. And we also just picked our next book for March, and we are going to be reading You Are a Badass by Jen Sincero. It was recommended by one of the members of our community, and I'm really excited about it because I haven't read it yet. So if these are things you are interested in, the links for everything will be down below. I think that is all I wanted to share today. So I hope you guys have a beautiful day today. I hope you guys learned something new today, and I love you so much.